It is said that every haunting is just memory trying to return. But memory, true memory, doesn't come as words or thoughts. It comes as sound, a note that doesn't stop. A bell that once rung keeps ringing forever, just beneath silence. And now, in the shadowed bones of Oxford, that last bell begins to wake. They say no map shows it, not the sub-cellars, not the tunnels beneath the old observatory, not the passage sealed under High Street, where cold air rises even in summer and your voice dies 3 words in. But it's there, the stone well gate, a mouth in the earth, older than Latin, older than bells. Naomi Verity left instructions in her final written note. 7 must unhear what was sung. The last bell is not buried, it is listening. When the 6th bell tolled, Oxford held its breath. The sky greyed, the swans left the river. Every clock paused at 3:33 a.m., then rewound 1 minute. But then the city went still, not quiet, empty. People moved, but slowly. Speech slowed. Birds flew, but didn't sing. A lecturer at St. Peter's gave a full hour-long lecture without ever opening his mouth. One student described a moment like this. It was as if sound was holding its breath, not lost, watching. And then came the final hum, not from the air, from inside. They found it, somehow. Or maybe it found them. A group of 7, drawn together not by logic, but by resonance. The same dream, the same word written backward in condensation, the same melody they hummed without realizing. They descended beneath the city with candlelight and fear. What they found was not a bell in the traditional sense. It was a shape carved into living stone, pulsing, breathing, waiting, not hung, but nested, like an egg, covered in spiraling script no human eye could translate, but every eye began to weep upon seeing. And in the center, suspended not by chains but sound itself, was Thomas Averill. He did not speak, but they heard him. We were never the keepers. We were the notes. You are not ringing the bell. The bell is ringing you. This is not a sound. It is the memory of a scream from before the first word. One of them collapsed. Another vanished the moment she looked into the bell's hollow. Her shoes remained. Her name did not. And then the last bell tolled. There was no impact, no wave, no blinding flash, just a single, perfect moment where all of Oxford, every room, every clock tower, every library, every chapel, every thought aligned. A single harmonic. The choir of glass shattered. Mirrors collapsed into sand. Time hesitated, and for the briefest breath of Nan's silence, the city remembered what it had buried, a knowledge too pure to speak, a sound so true it undid language, a bell that woke the world, and then was forgotten to save it. Until now, there are no records of what happened next. The 7 who entered were never seen again, except one, briefly, seen by a porter near the old divinity school, standing barefoot in the snow, eyes blank, humming a lullaby no one knows. Oxford continues. Lectures resume. Clocks tick on, but there are changes. Certain rooms no longer echo. Some voices never record. One student, born after the tolling, speaks a language no one taught her, but she cries whenever she hears bells. And in the Radcliffe camera, on quiet days, if you sit very still, you may hear something low and slow from beneath the floor. A heartbeat made of stone, a breath, a sound trying very hard not to be heard.